use of counters in MapReduce. So before seeing the use of counters, let's see what is a job and what is a task. So job is nothing but the application that you write in MapReduce is called a job. And task, if you had seen the data flow diagram, you would have seen mapper and reducer pairs. So the task is nothing but mapper and the reducer pairs. So the number of tasks constitute a job. So there are two types of counters in MapReduce: built-in counter and user-defined counters. So built-in counters are the counters that are already there in the MapReduce by default. So there are two types: task counters and job counters. So job counters are nothing but it gives you the statistical information on an aggregated level. But whereas task counters, you can have more granularity in task counters. So task counters, it gathers information about the task. So examples can be like the RAM used by the task and the file written by the task, etc. And example of job counters can be how many number of mapper tasks are there in the whole application, how many number of reducer tasks are there in the whole application, something like that. So second is user-defined counters. User-defined counters are the counters that we create for our own purposes. There are two types: dynamic counters. Dynamic counters are nothing but it is written using Java enum or the interface. So MapReduce offers an interface, so through which you can define your own counters. And retrieving counters is one of the class of the counters which gives statistical information about the job when it is running. Whereas other counters, it only gives information about the job only when the job is finished. But retrieving counters, it gives information about the job even when the job is running. So it is dynamic. So the third is user-defined streaming functions. They can increment counters by sending a specially formatted line to the standard error stream. So if let's say that if the input file accepted is JSON, and you have some 100 files, and out of 100 files, 10 files are XML files. So if you create a user-defined counter saying that accept only files if the input file is JSON, and if it is any other file, increment the counter by 1. So if you do that, the output will be 10. So at the end of the job, you can see that 10 files out of 100 files are XML files and not JSON files. So this is how you debug. So coming to the sorting in MapReduce. Before sorting, you have to prepare the data, because preparation is needed for certain datasets. And there are three types of sorting: partial sort, total sort, and secondary sort. Let's start with total sort. So total sort is nothing but it produces a single output file which has all the files sorted. And partial sort, it produces multiple files. So as I told, a job will have a lot of mapper and reducer pairs. So how many number of mapper and reducer pairs are there, so many number of sorted files will get created. And secondary sort is nothing but it is as same as that of the partial sort, but if total sort, the difference is if you want to sort the records, then you go for secondary sort. And coming to the question that I'm supposed to ask, so could someone tell me how many files will a secondary sort create? I told partial sort will create multiple number of files depending upon the number of pairs that are there. Total sort will create just one file, and secondary sort, any guesses?
Same as partial sorting, like the number of mappers present.
No?
Same as the total sort?
Yeah.
Same as total sort.